The headlines have been loud and consistent. They warn us that artificial intelligence is moving fast and that it is rapidly eliminating human roles. The data confirms that a massive transfer of capability and economic power is actively underway. Software, by its very nature, lacks agency. It does not wake up with the intent to compete for a specific desk or hunt for a specific salary. The disruption occurs when a human professional picks up that software and uses it to execute your entire week of work in a single afternoon. A professional becomes vulnerable the moment they stop updating their internal map of how their industry functions. When people lose their footing in an evolving market, it usually follows a prolonged period of prioritizing the safety of the old way over the friction of the new. On the left, a traditional production cycle taking an entire week. On the right, that exact workload compressed into a single hour using an AI-augmented process. By compressing time, a single adapted worker produces the output previously requiring an entire department. The individual on the right side of that equation is not inherently smarter. They simply made the quiet, unglamorous decision to adopt a new tool into their routine. AI is a lever of extreme efficiency. If one group uses a lever and another refuses, the math heavily favors the group with the mechanical advantage. We tend to view our current moment as an ending, but this kind of disruption follows a strict historical pattern. When the printing press arrived, the slow manual reproduction of texts gave way to mass production. The previous methods became obsolete, and anyone working with information had to learn an entirely different set of mechanical skills. The exact same mechanics played out during the rollout of the public internet. Entire industries had to digitize their operations or face immediate irrelevance. And it happened again with mobile computing, forcing a total behavioral shift in how we interact with hardware and software on a daily basis. The professionals who survived these historical shifts shared a specific trait. They rarely understood the new technology perfectly on day one. Instead, they were willing to be beginners again. Learning a new logic of work is deeply uncomfortable, but that discomfort is just the temporary friction required for personal growth. Throughout history, survival during technological leaps is determined almost entirely by a person's tolerance for the friction of adapting. Right now, AI has vast, highly scalable capabilities. It can process massive data sets in seconds and simulate creative outputs with incredible speed. But there are absolute hard boundaries where the machine's utility reaches a complete and total dead end. That boundary outlines the human premium. These are the irreplaceable elements of any work: your personal obsession, your developed taste, and your unique individual story. An algorithm can easily generate thousands of viable options for a project, but it entirely lacks the conviction to decide which of those options actually matters. The tools available right now are already being used to build the next iteration of our economy. That building is being done by the willing, while those waiting until they feel perfectly ready are being left behind. So open the software, consume the tutorials, build the project, and ship the work. Deferring action until the technology feels completely safe or fully understood is a losing strategy. The time to engage is today. Mastering these tools secures your position because you remain the one with the authority to decide what the machines are actually for.